50 good neighbor hotels here to stay in for your next trip to Disneyland. We're staying at one of the most popular. Let's see if it lives up to the hype. Hey everyone, thanks for tuning in for another episode with Langdon Family Travels. We are here at the Hyatt House, Anaheim, and our experience here so far has been really, really great. The location is amazing. It's less than a mile from Disneyland gates, about a 15-minute walk. There is public transportation literally within footsteps from here. It's been great so far. When you are going on a Disney trip, whether it be Disney World or Disneyland, it can definitely be expensive. And one of the things to consider is, where are you staying? And when you want to save a couple bucks, maybe staying at a good neighbor hotel is going to be the best bet. One thing that's different about Disneyland than Disney World is that there's only 3 hotels that are Disney hotels here in Anaheim, comparatively to the plethora that you have down in Orlando. So these good neighbor hotels are fantastic. I was standing at one spot yesterday. I think I counted 10 hotels just within the eyesight. So there's a ton out there, but is this one the best for you? We're going to check out some of the amenities here and showcase what we love and maybe a couple of things that we don't love as well. So Hyatt as a brand is a very, very well-respected brand out there. We are Hyatt fans. We love to stay in Hyatts. Our kids love Hyatts. Actually, Nora was saying earlier to me how much she likes. But, you know, sometimes they can kind of vary, just like any kind of brand from place to place. We have stayed at Hyatts that we love, and we've stayed at Hyatts that we kind of are iffy about. So why stay here? Well, it's going to be cheaper than you staying at a Disneyland hotel, whether it be Disneyland Hotel, Pixar Place, or the Grand Californian. Those are going to be your higher end hotels, while this one's a bit more affordable. The benefits for over there, definitely you get early park access as well as proximity to the parks. While this one is only a 15-minute walk to the parks, definitely adds a little bit of time as well as exhaustion as well. But the good neighbor hotels are great value as well. There are over 50 here in Anaheim that you can explore, and each one has positives and negatives. And that's what Mandy is here to help you with, is to figure out which one is best for you.
So this is our 2 queen studio. This is really great for us because it has 2 queen beds, which, man, some hotels have double beds, and that's a little rough for fitting 2 people in it, even 2 small people. We really like this because the light has the dual control, which is really nice. Lots of drawer space. There's so much storage here. There's 2 drawers here. There's 2 drawers over here, and then this kind of serves as a nightstand also. But then there's this little like alcove outside the bathroom that has the shelf, 2 shelves really, and 2 more drawers, which is really nice. So like we put like all our park things here, and then they were out of the way, but we knew where everything was. Very convenient. I think one of the kids' favorite parts, and our favorite part, to be honest, is this. This is really convenient. You can kind of see there's another bed over there. We'll go there in a minute. But this is really nice because, you could be in a different space and be able to watch TV. So very convenient. They have these like frosted plastic that it kind of lets the light through, separates the room but not completely, and it's nice because you can get around it on both sides. So there is an L-shaped couch over here, so we could go in through this way, but you can also go around through the main area of the room. So then you can see over here, this is where one of the kids slept, which is nice. We always like to have 3 beds if we can. Our kids can sleep together, but everybody sleeps better when they have their own space. So here's the L-shaped couch. It folded out into a queen bed. The kids actually took turns sleeping in this bed and one of the other beds. Again, more storage. So you have a shelf there, and then these were actually over here. They're on wheels, which is really nice. But they were like the coffee table, but they can be moved, they can be extra seats. But then there's another 2 shelves over here. So again, you can move things out of the way. So stuff that we didn't necessarily need, we put in there. That's where we put Brian's Father's Day gift. We hid it in there and it was ready to go, and he had no idea.
There's a good amount of outlets kind of scattered throughout the room as well.
you can be sure to plug in all your various electronics.
So one thing that's really nice about this room is the extra kitchen space. Not that we were doing any cooking, but yesterday was our second park day and we wanted to get up and take showers, and we also needed to eat breakfast. So I did showers with the kids, and Brian went downstairs and got us breakfast, and then he was able to bring it up here and the kids could sit and eat after their shower. There's a stove, which is crazy. They have everything you need. So like we had silverware here. They have these really interesting, like kind of trippy, like holes in the cabinets so you can see what's in there. So we had some wine the other night, used the wine glasses. That was very convenient. I didn't even know. I don't know what's on that second shelf because I can't see up there. And here, you know, we have dishes. I don't know if there's anything up there because I can't see in that hole.
This is just storage up here.
Which is really convenient because if you're going to be here for a few days, like you could put snacks in there, cereal. Like...
Up here in one of the other cabinets, you have a bunch of different stuff that'd be great if you're making a meal. So you have different serving bowls as well as a microwave kind of plate right there that accompanies the microwave right here. And that stain in there is from me. It was clean before. I had ramen and I had to reheat it up the other night.
But then literally everything you need, you know what I mean? So like there's pots and pans. You can make grilled cheese and tomato soup one night. You could make eggs for breakfast, although the eggs are included for breakfast. I don't know why you would do that, but you could make spaghetti. You could make any kind of pasta. If you had chicken, there's a frying pan. You know, you could make some pan-fried chicken if you wanted to. There's grocery stores all around. So the fridge is over here. So we have some leftovers in there, some wine. We grabbed some bagels from breakfast downstairs. That's what we're gonna eat tomorrow for breakfast. And then one nice thing about this is there's a freezer that's actually like a separate freezer area. So like if you're gonna stay here for an extended period of time and wanna go to the CVS down the street, which is like a 3-minute walk, get some popsicles, get some ice cream, so you have a treat for the kids after the pool. Really convenient. More storage over here. This is really nice. You have a mirror. The only thing I wish this room had was an additional mirror somewhere, because there's a mirror in the bathroom and then there's this mirror, but like when I was doing like makeup or contacts, this is kind of dark here for that, so it needed to be in the bathroom. But the hooks, like we had our park bags here, our pool bag. Brian loaded up these shelves with shoes and said we have way too many shoes for a 2-week trip, but there was a spot for them, so that was really convenient too. So one thing that was really nice about this area is when I had to do some work, I had a spot right here. So the seat that Ben's in is kind of like a bar stool, like a high top. But you can see this is more like a chair to sit at with your desk. So I kind of set up my computer here. There's plugs and outlets right here. So I was really comfortable doing work here, which was really nice. And I had this big counter so I could spread out. And mostly I did that once the kids were asleep. But it was a nice, like, dedicated work area.
Here's the bathroom. We have a single sink vanity, but a lot of counter space. We are checking out today, so it's not exactly how it is when you will arrive. But we had all of our stuff, all 4 people's worth of stuff on here, and had plenty of room. You got a tub and shower. We all took showers in the same morning, and the hot water lasted the entire time. Good water pressure, very, very comfortable. They come with your shampoo, conditioner, and shower gel within there. Artwork, a couple hooks there for you as well, and obviously the throne. As you enter the bathroom, right on the right-hand side is this closet that's got some, will be up here, will be the bag with the extra blanket and pillow, but we used that earlier. We also have a bunch of hangers, ironing board, and safe down there, as well as a luggage stand. So they have a bunch of different room configurations that you guys can book through Hyatt or through Mandy. Mandy can actually book this resort for you. So if you want to stay here at the Hyatt House, Mandy can book it for you. So all you need to do is let her know what kind of configuration you want. They have king bed, they have 2 queens, they have family suites, they have all sorts of different configurations for your needs. So overall, we really like this room. The positives are definitely the space. It's huge. It was very functional for our family. 3 sleeping areas was huge. The staff was able to accommodate us. We originally booked a 1 king room, and they were able to switch us to a 2 queen studio, which was amazing. Some other things that, the only kind of negatives of this room for me were maybe like the mirror. I do wish that there was like a full length mirror. That would have been really nice. And then the beds aren't great here. They're good. I think we got used to them over the course of our stay, but like the first night was like a shell shock for us. We have a really nice bed at home, but yeah, so the beds weren't great, but they are doing renovations here. Maybe they're going to switch out the beds. None of these things would be reasons why we would not come back here. Actually, we were talking earlier about in the future with coming back to Disneyland once again, that this is definitely a place that we are going to come back to and stay here again. So we didn't take advantage of the fitness center because we got our fitness walking around Disneyland, but you can see here they have a Peloton. So if you have a Peloton account at home, you can sign in, as well as a couple treadmills and other cardiovascular machines. We got some dumbbells over there, as well as a weight machine, exercise balls, kind of a workout mat right here, and coming over to a couple more cardiovascular machines, as well as a bunch of yoga mats. They also have towels here, as well as some headphones to be able to use with the different machines here. So if you don't have any wired headphones, you can use them and then toss them into the used headphone. That's really nice. And then there's a water machine right here, as well as the used towel bed. So here is the pool area. This is really nice. It's not your biggest pool, but it's very functional. It starts out at 3 feet and goes to 4.5 on the far side. So much seating around here, with sun loungers, as well as those comfortable kind of like couches in the back as well. We come over to here and we have these kind of the day beds that are available, and a hot tub. This is definitely a popular spot over here as well. One really nice aspect of this pool is that they have all these pool toys here. I'm not sure if this is something that the hotel has supplied, or if these are just things that people have left here and then they just kind of accumulate over here, but this is really nice. Our kids took advantage of this when we were here at the pool. Over here, as you turn the corner away from the hot tub, you're gonna actually find a little picnic area where you can also have 2 grills that you could use. So if you wanted to make burgers one night, or steaks, or hot dogs, or whatever you want to do, these are free to use for the Hyatt guests. You don't need to worry about bringing towels because they have towels here for you. You can drop off your towels in the you can drop your towels off right here once you are done using them as well. So they don't have a lot of dining options here, but they do have a bar that has a great happy hour, and you can grab a couple snacks here as well. Dining options are a bit limited within the hotel, but there's some great options, like I said, connected right to the hotel for you. Another great benefit of staying at a Hyatt House or Hyatt Place most of the time, just double check this, make sure you stay there, is that they have free breakfast. Yes, free breakfast. Not going to get that at a Disneyland hotel or a Disney World hotel unless you have a dining plan, and they don't do dining plans out here in Disneyland. So we're going to go get some free breakfast and get fueled up for our day. The breakfast buffet you find here is going to be your typical breakfast buffet. You got your scrambled eggs, your sausage, breakfast potatoes, and some sort of carbohydrate. Yesterday was pancakes, today is French toast. We also have toast, muffins, and bagels, fresh fruit, yogurt, oatmeal, and a couple other offerings to kind of fill out your day. For beverages, we have coffee, as well as juices and milk to kind of set you up and fuel you up for a great day at the parks. One thing to note is that this is actually under a renovation right now. They're doing some improvements to the hotel. And I mean, from an aesthetic standpoint, I think it's beautiful in here. It looks very nice. It looks very clean. The rooms, definitely, you can see maybe are a little bit dated, but not super dated. We just stayed at the Hyatt Regency Grand Cypress down in Orlando, and I'd say that's more dated than this. So the fact that they're doing upkeep here is really, really awesome. Keep that beauty and the freshness of this great hotel. So one thing that we really love about the Hyatt House here in Anaheim is how close it is to a lot of different things. We have Chubby Dumplings, Blaze Pizza, and Starbucks, so literally within steps of here. There's also a Walgreens right next to there as well, so you can grab any kind of necessities that you may have forgotten, or maybe you don't want to pack, you just want to grab it here. There's also a CVS right across the street as well. There's so much food and amenities and places to grab whatever you might have forgotten, or maybe, like I said, you just don't want to pack. It's just a couple steps away. Really convenient, about a 15-minute walk to Disneyland gates as well. So this is a great option. There's a reason why they call them good neighbor hotels. They are literally neighbors to Disneyland, and the city of Anaheim has done a great job of kind of putting things around here to make it really easy on families and tourists. So I totally was worried when we first got to Anaheim. I was like, how are we gonna know how to get to Disneyland? Just follow the crowds, friends. You don't need to know directions. You just follow the waves of people going towards the mouse. So here we are at day number 3 or 4, or if you want to count the travel day, but our second day going to the parks. And I just wanted to kind of talk a little bit about what we love and what we don't love about the Hyatt House. So number one thing that we love, the free breakfast. I mean, it's your typical hotel breakfast. I mean, eggs, breakfast, potatoes, some sort of breakfast meat, a carbohydrate, all those kind of things, but it works. It fuels you up, gives you a nice, good kind of fuel for the theme park day. So I really appreciate that. And getting rid of the added cost of breakfast is really, really nice as well. I mean, you think a family of 4, it's gonna be $80-ish, you know, when you put everything all together. So like, that's a good savings right there. Another thing we really like about the Hyatt House is proximity. I mean, it's a 15-minute walk. It's literally like you take a left and then a right and you're there to Disneyland. So really, really nice. The worst part is the walk back after a long day in the parks, because you're tired and your feet are tired and everything like that. But we made it. Everything was great last night. Another thing we really like is the staff. We got a phone call on our travel day that the hotel was like super booked and that the hotel was under renovation. And the person I spoke to was like, hey, you requested a higher floor. We can accommodate that, but there's construction up there. Would you like a lower floor to get away from the noise? And I thought that was fantastic. I requested a rollaway bed so that our kids could have an extra seating or sleeping spot. And they informed me that they don't do rollaway beds. So I was like, oh, that's a bummer, but we're gonna figure it out. They called when we were on the plane and we're like, hey, we found you a 2-queen and a sofa bed. We are going to upgrade you to a suite. And it was so appreciative. We have loved our suite. The staff has been incredible. The room is really nice as well. But let me go towards the negatives. The beds aren't the most comfortable, and I'm not a big fan of the pillows. The pillows kind of collapse, and I like a little bit more supportive of the pillow. The beds are a little bit firm. I'm hoping that the bed, when we see the renovations finished up through there, that they replace the mattresses. Would that keep me away from staying here? Absolutely not. I would 100% come back to Hyatt House, Anaheim Resort, Convention Center area. There's like a long title. I'll put it in a little description down below here. I would totally come back here because the proximity, the staff, it's clean. The room is really nice, free breakfast. So we can highly recommend that. Really good stuff. Another negative is that the dining options aren't plentiful here. You got breakfast, and there's like the lobby bar. But I think I might have said this earlier, but there's a lot of really close places to eat around here. So though there's not dining within the hotel, there's stuff really close. I mean, literally steps away. So you can go to that. You know, does it have the Disney magic of like staying on a Disney property? No, but when you take into consideration the cost and everything, I think it's worth saving that extra bucks if you guys are on a budget and everything. But yeah, it's been really good. The other thing I just want to kind of note is that you can hear a little bit of the traffic and fireworks through the windows, but the view out the window is absolutely stunning. It's not awful. It is comfortable, and you're maintained. Like our sleep wasn't disturbed at all as we were going through some of that stuff. You know, we could hear some car horns and the fireworks, but never really disturbed us. So that's it for our stay here at the Hyatt House Anaheim Convention Center. Absolutely loved this room as well as the hotel in general. This one definitely lived up to its reputation. We've been very, very happy with our stay. Please make sure you guys hit that subscribe button, give us a like, and maybe drop us in the comments another suggestion for a good neighbor hotel around here if you stayed in them. We would love to hear your suggestions as well. But thanks for tuning in, and keep making memories, friends.